Hi, my name is Janelle Cooper. I'm the Artistic Director of Randolph College for the Performing Arts, and this is our 2021 summer graduation.
Journey through our anecdotic review. We've got magic to do, just for you. We've got miracle place to play. We've got parts to perform, arts to warm, kings and things to take by storm as we go along our way. By a master, romance, sex presented pastorally, illusion, fantasy to study, battles, barbarous and bloody. Join us, sit where everybody can see. We've got magic to do, just for you. We've got miracle place to play. We've got parts to perform, hearts to warm, kings and things to take by storm as we go along our way.
Welcome everyone to the 2021 Randolph College graduation. I hope you're all having a wonderful night, and congratulations to our graduates!
We've got magic to do, just for you. We've got miracle place to play. We've got parts to perform, hearts to warm, kings and things to take by storm as we go along. We've got magic to do, just for you. We've got magic to do, just for you. We've got magic to do, just for you as we go along.
We are incredibly honored and grateful to live, work, create, and play on the land known as Tucaronto that is covered by Treaty 13 with the Mississaugas of the Credit. The traditional and ongoing caretakers, water defenders, healers, and culture keepers of this land are the Haudenosaunee, Huron-Wendat, Anishinaabe, the Chippewa, and many other Indigenous, Inuit, and Métis peoples, recorded and unrecorded, acknowledged and unacknowledged. All settlers have been invited to share this land in the spirit of peace, friendship, and respect, and we graciously thank the keepers of Turtle Island for the opportunity to protect this land and its peoples.
Randolph College for the Performing Arts would like to send out a big congratulations to all our graduates of 2021. What an amazing accomplishment through many difficult times. I want you to reflect back on all the challenges that you've had to overcome. From a pandemic, which no one can say that they have graduated and survived a pandemic, to whatever other circumstances in your life that made it really difficult for you to reach this point, but you did. You are amazing, and you are going to reach incredible heights. What you've accomplished and overcome over this last year, plus over the last 2 years that you've been here, has put you on a track that you can say anything is possible. What can you accomplish now? You have all the skills and all the talent in the world to reach your goal, whatever that may be. Be open to the journey that's ahead of you. Know that life does not lead into this warm spring air and it's normal. And know that you will have some curves and some ups and some downs. But no one can take away what you've accomplished. No one is you. No one can experience what you've experienced. I am, and I know your family and the people that have supported you are tremendously proud of you. Now, me just got here in January, but I can tell you this. I have walked in the back rooms and listened to some of the classes and the additions, and the thing that has moved me is that when there is music, your bodies all come alive. There is nothing that could stop you. If we had tied you all up, your thumbs would be still twitching. You know, and that to me was something saying these individuals had no other way but to do this. This was your calling. This is innately in your body. And to be able to know that something like this is what you are passionate about, you are way ahead of the game. Again, know what you've accomplished because you will be able to overcome whatever difficulties lay ahead. Know that you now are joining a community that is willing to embrace you and support you. Know that this is not goodbye, but another phase in your life. And know that there's a community here that you can always come back to. First of all, I want to say thank you to all the parents and everybody that supported you. I want to thank all the instructors and the teachers that supported you. And most of all, and importantly, in all of this, you have to thank yourselves and think about all the accomplishment that you've done. Congratulations, and I wish nothing but the best for you in the future.
Well, hello. It's been a while, hasn't it? But I'm back, and I'm happy to be back. I'm excited to be here, and I feel honored and privileged to be invited back to say a few words, because it feels like I'm somehow closing a loop with you. I want to recognize everything that you've done along your journey, and I want to celebrate you being here now, in this moment. And as you can see by my tacky shirt, perhaps, I'm here as a fan, I'm here as a supporter, and I'm here as a patron of the arts. It is a celebration, and I hope you feel that way too. I hope that you are dancing your ass off, or raising a glass, or writing a new work, or whatever you love doing to celebrate and honor this kind of moment and what you've done. During my time with the college, I was often asked, what are you looking for in an audition? What separates a successful candidate? Sometimes I even got asked, why did you choose me? Your auditions were literally years ago, but I can still answer that question without hesitation. You got in because of your attitude and because of your talent. Simple as that. The next level requires a little more, and that's where the college comes in. You take the talent and you add training to it. This is so supporting that is a web of teamwork, a team of incredible instructors that can work with you and train you and develop your talent, and a cohort that grows and learns and changes with you alongside you throughout this entire journey. The last element is time to focus, to stretch, to practice, to manifest your training and talent. 4 T's: training, talent, time, and team. Did I get that right? May these 4 T's always be with you in your life. And if they're not, may you create them to support yourself and support others. But this time hasn't just been about learning. It's also been, and primarily been, about transformation, the 5th T. Take a second with me and shut your eyes and think about who you were when you arrived and what you hope to do, who you hope to become. Now think about who you are in this moment and where you are now. Transformation is a process, not an event. You are very different from when you arrived. You have honed some elements of yourself. You've discarded others. You've learned more, applied things differently, flexed muscles old and new, and you have transformed. And this process is an ongoing process. This is a lifetime journey. My favorite kind of art, if I can say that, is art that transforms both the artist and the audience. It's why I do what I do and why I love to do what I do. Assisting people in transformation and then seeing how they manifest that in the world. It's amazing. And I've seen that in you and your performances, which I've been watching. You're amazing, and this is a fact. As I said, you are very different from when you arrived. The world is very different from what it was when you arrived. This is a time of great change and, again, transformation. And now you're moving out and into this changed and changing world. And I just know that you're going to continue to grow and develop your talents and show up and change the world for the better. I know you're going to connect with people and world in ways that matter. And this is why I'm celebrating you here now. And I hope to celebrate with you out in the future as you continue to grow, change, develop. My friends, I am filled with hope right now, and I hope that you have so many amazing memories of your time with the college. I hope that you have made friendships that last a lifetime, and that you've both deepened talent in the areas that you've known and developed new and different ways to express that talent all at the same time. I hope that your training comes through and supports you as you progress in your careers, and I hope that you take the world by storm. And I hope that you move forward with grace and courage and love as you do so. May you always move towards mercy. Congratulations to all of you, and I wish you every success as you move out into the world. Show us what you've got.
Oh, hello there. How are you doing? Oh wait, can we do that again? Because my pit stains are gonna show.
I feel like Mr. Incredible right now.
No. I finally watched Devil Wears Prada. I did it. I changed my life. It was so good.
Where do we begin?
Top of the morning to you. I didn't see you there. Would you like a potato?
He's literally the tallest leprechaun in the world.
Girl, I love.
No, get him singing.
Okay, what was it like going to Randolph? Going to Randolph was not what I expected. It was wild.
Randolph songs for Randolph.
My experience was a dream come true. My experience at Randolph has been amazing. I've met so many awesome people and I've gotten to do so many cool things.
It's so crazy how we met at Chrissy Pitts Park and like immediate first impressions were immediately changed.
Love that stingy basement smell that's here.
There was ups, there was downs.
I haven't had a hard time making friends, which I'm really grateful for. I love everyone.
Positive and like family vibe.
You decide alone.
I think it was so cool being in this building for 1.5 terms.
Welcome to this week's Levi Step on the Steps. So this is first week back. It was a great week, hey guys? It's Valentine's week. Cat. That's all I have for today. Bye.
Nick, are you okay?
Your director of staff.
I'm great.
Hi, Mom. Theater skills going well. It's going good.
Okay, well, what was my all-time favorite class?
So hard to decide.
What classes did we have?
Improv with John Beal.
Mither. I loved Mither. Definitely Mither. Definitely Mither.
Mither.
Mither and Lab.
Clown/improv with John Beal.
Favorite class was MTP, hands down, all day, every day. Love that class.
Dance classes. Love dance classes.
Acting foundations, which I think is controversial a little bit.
Definitely one of the top moments of my time at Randolph was the time I sobbed in MTP and Deborah Tennant gave me a hug.
I think my favorite memory is in theater history class at the end of a presentation when Mike tossed me a cabbage, never mind why, and using the reflexes I developed in acting foundations, I actually caught it. It was a big moment.
When we went to La Nuit Blanche.
Probably when Eric split his pants in Mither. I mean, the vlogs are fabulous.
My favorite Randolph memory is filming the vlogs, especially like all the crazy stuff we would do with Eric, me and Eric.
Seizure treatment. Do it now, Sydney. What do you mean? This is what I do sometimes.
Sydney would whip out her camera and dance theater history.
Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut.
A Pizza Hut, a Pizza Hut, Kentucky Fried Chicken and a Pizza Hut.
The vlogs, but mostly John Beal.
I think one of my favorite Randolph memories was Maggie getting whipped by Gracie's candy.
I will remember you.
Damn. Maggie's got that drip.
Going to the zoo. M. John knows a lot about animals.
It was in Corral when someone in the bass section could not figure out their notes, and Jeannie was like, "Who did it?" And they're all silent. And then Angus turned around, he's like, "Well, it was one of yous."
Yeah, we were doing Mither and it was just like mid-run and Mike came in and he was like, "Hey guys, we don't care about the coronavirus. We hug each other."
They're gonna get it. They're gonna get it.
And then COVID hit. It was whack. This is CNN.
This is Anderson Cooper.
So it started off with, okay, 2 weeks off of school. That'll be cool, I guess.
I made plans to hang out with people for those 2 weeks.
COVID, I hate her. COVID was a lot of time lying on my bedroom floor and pushing my cat out of frame in voice and text class. That exchange of energy is what I missed most.
Hashtag COVID-19 got us.
COVID, at first, I'm gonna be honest, it was great.
I never thought that I would ever be doing this online.
COVID. Dance classes were very interesting. Dancing in tiny, tiny spaces was definitely a learning curve.
Dance classes in my garage in 35 degrees weather. Degrees? Degree weather.
I deferred. So,
That's how you solve that problem.
seeing everyone on Zoom, it really kept me motivated.
Snuck food into every class.
Oh yeah, taking over the basement, just like hiding snacks in corners where the camera wouldn't see.
And what was it like coming back and seeing everyone?
It was amazing. Like, my heart has never been so full.
Weirdly normal.
like weirdly normal. Like it felt normal to be back in the building, which I didn't expect.
Like you just jumped right into where we left off.
But here we are back at the school, and we are back and ready to go.
No time had passed, but also the world had completely changed and everything was different. You could like see people smiling under their masks still.
Feeling everybody's energy again, I was like, oh yeah.
But once I saw everyone and came back to Randolph, it was like everything was worth it. And it was just such an amazing feeling to be back again.
Rehearsing Fame in the building is very fun.
Those beautiful crisp harmonies in person has always like just melted my heart.
And I'm so thankful that we get to be here, even if it is not for a very long time.
And I love seeing everyone's faces because I miss them, and that's what makes Randolph Randolph.
And do you have a message for your graduating class?
Oh my god,
I can't say that, that's mean. Hey, you rock, don't ever change, Lizzie McGuire.
Don't take yourself too seriously. It's just school.
And keep in touch. Kindness is the best talent of all.
Don't stop pursuing your art. It's worth it.
Thanks for accepting me in. Thanks for like letting me in and being nice to me and making the rest of my time at Randolph like really, really good.
Live life through reckless abandon.
We are rock stars. We can do it. We're all talented and crazy and cool and the best.
My new peeps that have let me join your term, I just want to say thank you for letting me in.
Hola guys, I miss you so much. Thanks for all the love, thanks for all the teaching that you have taught me. I love you guys and I miss you and I wish you best of luck. Los amo.
And also, for future Randolph people watching this, never use the fridge in the cafeteria.
I love everyone.
Love all of you! And I'm gonna miss all of you.
You guys are my family, and I don't know. I just love you guys. Okay?
We came out stronger in the end.
Graduating.
Graduating.
Class of 2021.
Class of 2021.
Class of 2021.
2021, baby! 2021! Yeah!
2021.
Period. I don't like this. I didn't get to prepare.
Wait, one more take.
Take two.
Thank you.
You're gonna get hit by a car!
I don't know how to turn the camera off.
Today we celebrate the achievements of our students and acknowledge the strength and tenacity they have displayed while navigating the challenges of the last 2 years. In a moment, everything stopped. The world came to a halt, the arts industry at a standstill. But despite this, the work continued. Through grave times of social upheaval, the work continued. Through the devastation of economic crisis, the work continued. Because that is who we are. Artists have historically been at the precipice of global shift and change because the world needs us to reflect, create, rebuild, heal. It is your superpower. You are heroes, and the heroism you've displayed during these challenging times is inspiring and admirable. And as you step into the world, I want you to take with you the inherent pride that comes with being a part of the Randolph community. I want you to remember how remarkable and valuable you are. And promise me, you won't forget that this is your home too, and we will always be your family. Congratulations to the 2021 summer class, and thank you for being our heroes.
just a finger. Wrong things, right things, say the slightest word. Who can say what's something's bound to linger? The earth, no one less alone. Careful, no one is alone. People make mistakes. Others, people make mistakes. Holding to their own, thinking they're alone. Honor their mistakes. Everybody makes one another's terrible mistakes. Wishes can be right, giants can be good. You decide what's right, you decide what's good. Just remember, someone is on your side, our side, someone else is not. While we're seeing our side, maybe we forgot they are not alone. No one is alone. Hard to see the light now. Just don't let it go. Things will come out right now. We can make it so. Someone is on your side. Someone is on your side.
Hello, graduates, faculty, friends, family, and staff. My name is Jewel Blackman, and I'm so honored to be the keynote speaker for Randolph School for the Performing Arts class of 2021. But I must confess, when your artistic director and colleague and friend of mine, Janelle Cooper, asked me, I was taken aback. Because who am I to be addressing any of you? I'm not an alumni, and I did not graduate from a music theater performance program either. Now, it is true I'm part of the original cast of the Tony-winning Best Musical Hadestown, but does anybody even know who I am? Does anyone even care? But then Janelle helped me gain some perspective. She said, Jewel, who better than you can relate to this class? You beat the odds, you persevered, you paved your own path. And the more I thought about it, she was absolutely right. Now, my path has been anything but ordinary, like yours. I may not have had to navigate a pandemic while in school, but a performing career of 20 years that I had built suddenly came to a halt. When the world shut down, I shut down. My world was flipped upside down. And for the first little while, the last little thing that I wanted to do was perform virtually or even submit self-tapes for television and film. But as time went on, I began to realize that my first love has always been to create. And now here I was suddenly faced with all of this time and all these ideas spinning around in my head. So I began to write again. And oh, what a gift it has been. You know, we artists have this uncanny ability to take the ordinary and make it extraordinary, take the impossible and make it attainable. And this pause allowed me the time to cultivate my full self as an artist and not solely focus on one aspect of my many talents. Now, the entertainment industry, as I'm sure you are all aware, is not for the faint of heart or weak of mind. We knowingly put ourselves in situations where we are judged constantly, weekly, even daily. And I, as a Black woman, blessed with this skin, have my own set of trials of not being enough, of being too much. But I kept going. Even when casting directors didn't see my worth, I kept going. When music directors didn't like my voice, I kept going. When I kept getting constant no's, I kept going because I was determined. And that determination fueled me to begin to create, to write the stories that I wanted to see and share on stage. And that is when everything changed. I only auditioned for parts I believed in. I only accepted parts that I believed in. I was no longer desperate. I was making my own rules and I was paving my own path, as are all of you, and all the other graduates around the globe, who will be the first class to graduate from a discipline where it's all about connections, personal connections, and those visceral feelings from making and sharing art. Now, I know at times the journey felt arduous, impossible, and maybe even purposeless, because just a few months ago, there was no live art. But you persevered, you pivoted, you leaned on one another, albeit through a screen, but you managed to support each other and form a community unlike any other. A community of artists who refuse to give up and continue striving towards their dreams and their goals of being on stage. Now, you may have missed out on the thrill of a final live performance with your class, but you successfully created, developed, rehearsed, and performed in shows virtually, which is no small feat. And all the while, probably reaching more audiences than you would have had it been done live. The point is you kept going, and you adapted to the situation at hand. Now, I truly live by the saying, the only thing constant is change. And I know that this year will undoubtedly prepare you for all of the twists and turns that life will continue to throw your way. And maybe, just maybe, it has awakened something else in you, something beyond the art and beyond the performance. Now, we all have been witness to a reckoning of sorts. We were finally forced to sit and be still in the silence and face the injustices that have gone unnoticed, ignored, and suppressed for far too long. A racial reckoning, a cultural reckoning, a gender reckoning, a reckoning of self and self-evaluation, and how we as individuals have played a part. And now it's up to you to take that self-awareness and make change, whether through your voice, movement, or prose. And who better to lead that charge but you, the artist? You know, Nina Simone once said, it is the artist's duty to reflect the times. But more importantly, it is the artist's duty to reflect the truth. Now, we must remember that art can not only be used as a means of reflection and protest, but that it is also a healing medium. I believe it is safe to say that during this past year, we all turned to art in moments of isolation, solitude, depression, and despair, as a means of seeking comfort and connection. Whether it was listening to your favorite tune, or rewatching the same series on Netflix, or perhaps curling up with a good book to transport you to another time and place. Without art, I have no idea where any of us would be. So as you leave the comfort of post-secondary education, and as live performances and theater returns, remember this year and all this teachings that it has taught you, and all of the truths that it has taught you. But more importantly, remember that your dreams have no expiration date. So keep pushing, keep pursuing, and keep progressing. And I guarantee you, the moment you achieve that dream, another one will be born. Congrats to you, graduating class of 2021.
just might let the sun shine in so you can begin again. I'm not saying it's easy, but it might be enough to be, enough to be, enough to be free. It might be enough to be, enough to be free. When your world's breaking down, it's time to take a look around, 'cause it means that something's not right. Maybe you are fighting the wrong fight, and that's why you're not happy. But you were too scared to be, scared to be, scared to be free. Yes, I was too scared to be, scared to be free. Then what is right out my front door can't deny. No matter how hard I might try, all I see is how my life could be for me. A crack in the wall doesn't mean it's about to fall. It just might let the sun shine in so I can begin again. I'm not saying it's easy, but it might be enough to be, enough to be, enough to be free. Might just be enough to be, enough to set me free.
Hello everyone, I'm Callan Forrester and I'm so honored to be here today representing the summer 2021 graduating class of Randolph College. Before we begin today, I just want to take a second to say a huge congratulations to my entire term for such a wonderful production of God's Fame. Fame, I meant to say fame, that's really awkward. I cannot wait to watch it with all of you and sing along, while obviously staying 6 feet apart and wearing face shields and masks the entire time for safety. To begin, I am genuinely so proud of what all of us have accomplished over the past few years. Besties, let's be honest, did any of us envision ourselves doing ballet with a suitcase as a ballet bar, or voice and text class while our weird neighbor Trevor could watch us through the window, or our fifth term shows live from our parents' living rooms? No, not at all. When I look back on the past few years, I love thinking about how far we've come and how resilient we've become as a team and a community. And at the end of the day, I think that's what theater is all about. I have a task for all of you. Go and listen to the recording of your very first vocal lesson at Randolph. I know it's a scary thought, but I promise you, it is an instant way to realize how much work you've all put into your time here and how much we all deserve to be here today graduating. It feels so weird to be saying goodbye when it feels like we've just learned what it means to say hello again. Seeing each other in the space for the past few weeks makes everything feel almost normal again and how it was supposed to be the whole time. And I will deny this if it ever gets brought up, but it even makes me miss things like 13-hour days and 8 a.m. dance classes. I know that a lot of this sounds really mushy and sentimental, gross, but it's graduation, and I think we're all feeling a little vulnerable and nostalgic right now. The past few years have been so unexpected and so unpredictable, to say the least. We've had to experience things that were unique to our class and things that no other class will ever experience again, fingers crossed. Now that it's all coming to an end, I thought it's the perfect time to burn some bridges. I heard a rumor that it's tradition for the valedictorian to give each person in their class a little shout out about what makes them special. But I'm not like other valedictorians, and I think our term has enough inside jokes, embarrassing moments, and blooper reels to create an entire season of SNL. And so, my girls, my gays, my theys, and my token straight men they let in for diversity, welcome to the roast of the class of 2021. To begin, Sydney Page, congratulations on winning second place for the people in our term who look the most like Anne Hathaway. Speaking Speaking of which, Christy, looking like Anne Hathaway, not a personality trait. Did you know that if you say RuPaul's name 3 times, Emily Bennett appears to tell you about a long-winded fan theory? Erin is actually the first person to graduate from Randolph's Zookeeper program. Big congratulations, Erin. I wish you and your thousands of pets good luck. Sam Buckland and Angus Stevens, unfortunately, I have not had the chance to get to know them super well because they joined our term so late. But I will say that in term 1, I saw the 2 of them perform in a coffee house number together, wearing homemade SpongeBob and Patrick costumes, and I thought, theater kids really are immune to embarrassment. Danny, you are so talented. You truly, truly are. I can just smell success in your future. Too bad COVID took away your sense of smell. Sophie Dean. Oh, actually, no, wait, sorry. Is it okay? Can I go now? Can I roast you now? I'm just so awkward. Michaela Dovel's triple threat skills include making her feet sound like Squidward, being an hour and a half late to literally everything, and mispronouncing Calgary. Jen Fong, I need to know where the bodies are buried. Nobody is that nice. I know you have a secret, and I will find out what it is. Watching Zoe Gagnon on rollerblades is like that one scene in Bambi where he walks for the first time. You know it'll all work out in the end, but in the moment, it is very stressful. Kennedy, I was going to roast you, and then I remembered that you live in Oshawa, and I feel bad enough for you already. Caitlin Coulter, my travel buddy, I just want to say, don't listen to what Dylan says. One day you will play the perfect Papa Elf. Zoe Goodman, one time in improv class, I asked the class for an example of a gift you might give me, and Zoe Goodman said a nose job. That one's kind of a roast on myself. But anyways, moving on. Hunter Gowan. You can't coast through life on being Italian alone. Matthew Gunson. Recording his Souls for Fame was the first time that Matthew Gunson was actually ever in the closet. Bryce, my co-dance captain in 5th term, I just want to say that working with you was so nice to finally be working with someone at my level. We are truly the same, both technique and skill and performance-wise. We're equally matched as dancers, and I just really am glad we got to work together. Krispy Kreme pizza buns and soda, a pre-dance breakfast that is Tara Kennedy approved. Kira, I'm going to avoid roasting you entirely, because I know you're a witch, and I really don't want you to put a spell on me. Moving on, Caitlin Wansink is another person who I have not unfortunately had the chance to get to know super well, but I did ask Ash for some help with this one, and she did inform me that you are not like most girls. You're a gamer. Moving on. 2, Maggie Lloyd, enjoy your reign as the Bird Queen. I hope that you and your apartment pigeons live happily ever after. The only thing worse than online school is Gracie Mack's southern accent. Kiara is like a modern day Snow White, but instead of 7 dwarfs, it's all the Chads and Brads she lives with in her frat house. Bram, magenta is a real color, and I will not be accepting any other answers. Stay mad about it. Sydney Maloney is actually the most famous person in our term already, since she's already a TikTok celebrity. Too bad it's for being a Disney adult. When we moved to online school, the dance department gave us a lot of disclaimers about how to stay safe at home and not injure ourselves. But when we were in person, they never told us about the biggest danger of all, being whacked in the face by one of Mona's arms. A review of Sierra Filbert. Sierra Filbert is the most talented, beautiful, incredible, and humble person in the world. This review was written by Sierra Filbert. Eric, based on the amount of days you were sick at school, I don't know if I should thank you for being a mask-wearing trendsetter or to yell at you for being COVID's patient zero. Levi Stepp is like a songbird. No, not because of his beautiful singing voice, but because if you leave a window a little too clean, he will run into it at full force. Carling, if I had a nickel for every reference you made that I did not get, I would have had free tuition to this school. Ash, based on the amount of times that you told us you're older than us, I'm pretty sure you're secretly a 96-year-old in disguise. Sydney Topliff read every single play and document and chapter that was assigned to us in our 2nd term theater history class, which begs the question, Sid, when are you gonna get a hobby? Darnie, so happy you could make it to our virtual graduation. I know you commute all the way from Hamilton, and I truly did not think that Wi-Fi could reach you out there. Moving on, Cheyenne, you're very sweet. You're a very sweet person. But if your cat ever upstages my cat in another Zoom call, we will be fighting. Next, Tori Waller, I have one thing to say and one thing only, Pei Banan. Annie Wang, this is less of a roast and more of an expose. You were once called the moral backbone of Randolph College, and I just want everybody to know that behind closed doors, Annie Wang is the sassiest person I have ever met. None of you are safe from her quips. None of you. Emma Webster does a great impression of the Grinch. Too bad she hasn't nailed the whole heart growing 3 sizes part. And last but not least, we have Nick Zidos. Yeah. Oh wait, sorry. I just wanna make sure I'm unmuted for this one. Where's the button? There we go. Got it. Sorry, I'm just so bad at unmuting. Woo! And with that is the end of my roast, everyone. But every good roast has to end with something nice. And so I want to say more than anything, thank you all so much for being yourselves over the past 2 years. Theater school is a place that is filled with big, big personalities, and I am so, so glad that those personalities were yours. You can all relax now, my lovely classmates. I am moving on from the roast. You can all take a seat. Besides all of you, there are so many other people that I need to thank. There's the students in other terms who we shared virtual classes with. There's our parents who had to walk in on us writhing around on the ground every time we had a movement class and who supported us along the way. There's the office team with Beth and Lori who work so hard for us. There's Laura in student services who is constantly trying to make school life better. Erin, who this school would simply not exist without. Loren, who is always pushing us to be the best we can, and of course, Janelle and O'Neill, who we had so little time with, but who we've already started to see the wonderful changes that they're putting in place. It has been a roller coaster of emotions the past 2 years, and I am so, so happy and grateful that I was on this ride with all of you. That just about wraps everything up that I wanted to say today, but I will say that I cannot wait to see what each and every one of you is about to accomplish in your lives, and I cannot wait to watch it from the front row. Now, before I go, there is one more set of people that we need to thank. Hit it! I just want to say thank you to the teachers. Never let us go astray. Thank you to the teachers.
Now we're finished school. We can go into the world and not look like a fool. We were petrified, but now we're reaching for the sky. All thanks to our teachers. You are all so cool and wise. Thank you to the teachers. Jazz, ballet, and tap. When I started here, I have to say I thought I was proud. Now I'm doing time steps and it's all thanks to the teachers. What a mad day! Now I see everything in a different light. What a mad day! I was up in the air and they taught me a lesson, alright. Now we all can act, all thanks to the teachers. All those days of sweaty cats, thank you to the teachers. I feel like I'm in Glee when I'm singing all my favorite songs for you in MTP. We can't hold it in no more, we have to thank the teachers. What a mad day! Now you're off on your own, so go out there and fly. What a mad day! Now you're all so prepared, cause I taught you a lesson, alright. Everybody scream,
Very nice, ladies. But it'd be lovely if you didn't play so fast and loose with the rhythms.
Christiana Barogianis, Emily Bennett, Aaron Brodeur, Sam Buckland, Cheyenne Chandler Strub, Danelle Charette, Caitlin Coulter, Sophie Dean, Michaela Dovell, Jen Fong, Callan Forrester, Zoe Eva Gagnon, Kennedy Gilby, Zoe Goodman, Hunter Gowan, Matthew Gunson, Bryce Johnson, Tara Kennedy, Kira Kula Rawls, Emily Mona, Maggie Lloyd, Gracie Mack, Kiara Magliero, Bram Major, Sydney Maloney, Sydney Page, Sierra Filbert, Eric Salmon, Levi Stepp, Angus Stevens, Carling Tedesco, Ashlyn Tegg, Sydney Topliff, Darnie Tran, Tori Waller, Annie Wang, Caitlin Wansing, Emma Webster, Nick Exidos,